over here at the house. So if you want to go ahead and continue on with the tournament, I will be right back momentarily.
Alrighty, brother, just give me a holler when you're back. While he's gone, guys, I'm going to kick it with you just for a little while. Let the bracket catch up, since Red Mage is the guy usually putting things together. So tell me, what do you think? Or as AC would say, my God, the storms. So, but yeah, I was going to say, all right, guys, we're waiting on the old Mage to reset things and try and get things back together. Tell me, what you think of the games here? I mean, were those not some disgusting-ass storms? Those are some of the best storms I've seen in quite some time. I mean, just absolutely nasty. So, yeah, looking through the chat, there was something that was asked of me earlier. I can't remember what it was. Back, yeah, playing when I was in best odds. I was lagging like blah, 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 blah. What to do is crush his Colossi with ultras. I'm not mad. You need to get angry at me. Not my fault you had a storm. Only things I haven't really faced was somebody asked something of me. Let's see. I think it was. Yeah, this was it. Shake Master asked me, or excuse me, Mumbles of Life asked me to go ahead and pimp his tournament that he's listed on itsgosu.com. Head to itsgosu.com, and I actually believe it's going to be under the SC2 section because we don't have a Magic the Gathering section yet, I don't believe. But either way, we're going to have a tournament. Looks like it's going to be a Magic 2012 tournament. So yeah, if you enjoy Magic, or hell, even if you're just looking for a new game or to make some new friends, pop on over there and sign up for Mumbles. Sign up for Mumbles tournament. You know, have some fun times, man. Always fun to build communities here on itsgosu.com. So Red Mage trying to get the frog out of his throat, trying to fix the gremlins that are messing with him, monkeying with his internet. But this is the IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com, and of course by our wonderful, fantastic sponsors, Steel Series, Cyberground, Max Integration, and Sanya Mabushi Jujutsu in combination, Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. You can find them at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So, we're going to be moving into our next game. Actually, I'm pretty sure I got the bracket running around here somewhere. Not sure. There we go. There's our bracket. Going to get a quick check on this. And it looks like, as soon as it moves... See, this is why it's so hard to do a production with just one person. Whenever you're talking about one guy on a stream. That's why Red Mage and I, we gots to have each other. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to be ISIS taking on VP Chance. So I'll see if I can track those guys down, and we'll be jumping into the game forthwith here, guys. Yeah, while I wait on an answer from the players, see if we can get them in there. We'll play a little trivia time, guys, while we wait on the old Red Mage to make his return. Hopefully, I don't miss him trying to call me back. But yeah, okay, trivia time. Let's see, what's a good one? We went with literature and Aqua Team Hunger Force last night. What can we go with tonight? We will go with... let's see. We were talking about aliens earlier, so we'll do something aliens related. I love Deadly. Trivia, yay, says Shake Master. But, I'm trying to think. I got to admit it. I'm drawing a little bit of a blank here. I was wanting to go with something aliens-wise, but oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a pretty easy one, I think. The alien from Aliens, of course. We're familiar. Everybody's familiar with Aliens. If you're a nerd, you know Aliens, of course. But what is the actual name of that alien? It's not Alien. That's not the name of the alien. If you watch the credits, and every time it's listed for in the credits or so far as design, there is a name, a particular name for the alien. What is the name of that alien? So you guys think on that. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and double check, see if we're going to be ready. Hopefully, I'm going to be moving into the next round. So let's see. Just checking my messages, guys. Generally, I don't get a chance to check my Animanimus says, it's an alien! There's a name for the alien. That's what I want to know. What is the Stalin alien conspiracy? Mumbles of life. Anyway, still trying to figure out where we're going to be moving in the brackets. It's going to be VP Chance taking on ISIS. So I'm trying to track down ISIS at the moment and see if he's going to be ready ready to jump into the next game. In fact, I may just go ahead and make the game and see if I can invite these jokers in, and we'll get things going on Tal'Darim Altar in the semifinals. This is going to be our last semifinal matchup. TQY, why are you sexy? Has already advanced to the semifinals, so VP Chances in Gaza. He actually messaged me on the in BattleNet, so he knows what the score is. And yeah, it says yeah, I'm waiting on Red Mage to give me a holler here. We're gonna see if old boy is ready, but you'll probably actually hear that in the background right now. But yep, VP Chance got it, by the way. The name of the alien city. Anybody else get it? No, is Xenomorph. That's correct. Xenomorph is what the alien's known as. So there's your random trivia of the evening. And I'm actually going to be pulling VP Chance. There we go. VP Chance going to be pulling me in. And we have a Red Mage in the house.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, everything had to be absolutely reset. You know, being out here in the middle of the country, you have to sometimes you have to kickstart those hamsters again. Try to get them up and running. Give me 1 second. I'm logging back in now to BattleNet.
Not a problem. I got the game set up. VP Chance and ISIS moving into the last Final Four. Going to be kicking things off on MLG Tal'Darim Altar. And just waiting on you there, my friend.
Well, sorry for the delay, everybody in the chat. I definitely apologize about that. I thought I reset it before I get on. I have to do that pretty much every day because very, very slow internet out here. But yes, I am back in business there, my friend.
Absolutely. Great to have you back, and great to have each and every one of you hanging out with us in the chat. Animanimus, Antarianism, Antiad, B-Rob's in the house, Cloud Berserk, Deadly SC2 Live, Haminator, Karmazaz, Roscoe, Mumbles of Life, one Rum Cake in the house, one Superman, Shake Master 52, Thor Fan, Trophy Doctor, and VP Minotaur. So, thanks for being here with us, guys. And lots of fun going on here at the IG Omega Divisional number 11. Moving into the next game, as soon as we get our guy Red Mage in the game, and there he is, in and ready to go. Go ahead and let him know we're ready to proceed here. Red Mage will be moving in, and TQ Why Are You Sexy has already advanced to the final, so we've got that set up. So the winner of this semifinal matchup going to be taking on Sexy.
Oh, wow, that's going to be fantastic. I guarantee you those were some terrific games right there between Hammy and Why Are You So Sexy, because Hammy was doing such a great job versus Rum, and Why Are You So Sexy is always a pleasure to watch. So it looks like both of these guys are ready to go. Wait, yes, they're both ready to go. AC, so go ahead and hit that to-go button. We will flash into the game and be good to go here. This is going to be fantastic.
Counting down here at the IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by ItsGoSu.com, brought to you by SteelSeries. Check them out online for all of your gaming peripheral needs. And, of course, brought to you, as always, by Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and Sanya Mabushi Jujutsu in combination, Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. You can find them online at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So, zooming in, here we go. Going to be a matchup between VP Chance is our Zerg hero, and ISIS, our Protoss hero, who has just had some amazing storms up his sleeve. Going to be in cross positions here on Tal'Darim Altar.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a great matchup here for both of these guys. We did see how much ISIS really favored to have not really a gigantic force, but a very specialty force. We were favoring those High Templar, favoring those storms, doing a great job with those. Chance, I vaguely remember him with his great Zerg on Zerg de Mutalis, usage of things like that. So I don't know exactly what we're going to see out of him, but for Chance, I would probably say to avoid all those great storms that ISIS tends to favor. Stop it, Bender. Sorry, when
you got your kitty in the house.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of them ran in, and I didn't realize that. So yeah, now I've got a cat grabbing on my stuff. So I'm sorry.
Grabbing on your stuff, very frisky cat, huh?
He's grabbing onto all my stuff. He's grabbing onto my headset and dragging my head down. So
Bender's such a cute cat.
He didn't realize I wasn't going to be able to spend time with him. So yeah, that's going to be great. So give me 1 second. We throw him out.
Red Mage got the pet aggro. It's all right. I'll hold down the fort. ISIS being active with the probe, scouting the bottom right first. Now going to be moving over to spot VP Chance's spawning position. VP Chance going with the spawning pool first. Hasn't thrown down the gas yet, so we'll see what he's going to do. If he wants to go gas or if he wants to try and just save up for a hatch. And on back at ISIS base, he actually, he hasn't done a whole hell of a lot except plant a pylon. So looks like he's actually going to go Nexus first right after the pylon. So very, very risky build here by ISIS, but really actually changes his mind. Going to throw the Forge down. Just wanted to make sure the probe got a look to see what was going on back in the base of VP Chance. VP Chance, the spawning pool completes, and now we see the cancel of the extractor. So, this might be some sort of an all-in. Yeah, well, we're going to see 4 Zerglings out immediately. Going to guess that's going to be to the purpose of trying to do something to deal with this probe. I'm probably worried about the pylon being used to block, or maybe even some sort of a cannon rush. The Forge going to complete back at home, and ISIS Nexus already in production. So I got to say, VP Chance being very cautious, but he's actually going to be a little bit behind economically.
Oh yeah, with him just now taking down that hatch, I'm right there with you. He's got to be just enough behind where he may not be able to deal with the initial push of ISIS, and that could be detrimental to him, because he won't be able to produce his offensive defensive units. He's going to have to re-drone up, and he's really going to be have that mindset of, okay, well, let me build a couple extra units as opposed to a couple extra drones, and try to make sure I can resist the initial push. Because that is the worst thing for a Zerg player to do, to be just far enough behind where the economic advantage is slightly in your opponent's favor.
Oh yeah.
Because of that delayed hatch. So with him only being able to get Zerglings for the most part, ISIS may be able to get the Stalkers up before he has a chance to get those Zerglings. And those 4 Zerglings might be able to get themselves around. I can't see if there's any sort of...
I'm pretty sure that's a block, or pretty close to a full block. Might have to plant down a pylon. I really can't tell.
It looks like he's gonna have to plant down a pylon. It's barely. It's got to be barely enough room. Yeah, just enough room.
Yep. Well, he may just want to. Yeah, he's actually just going to move the probes there to block, just in case he does try the run by. So I'm going to use that as his little outlet out, at least for the time being. 1 Zergling being left behind to keep an eye on what's going on at ISIS base. Back at home for VP Chance. The second hatch has completed. He's already got 1 queen out there doing the larva inject. The second queen on the way, as well as 1 queen already back at the spawn hatchery as well. So yeah, looks like we're going to have a pretty good macro game on our hands, at least up until 2 bases. But I've said it forever, there's not a whole lot more in StarCraft 2 that's more dangerous than a 2-base Protoss. A 2-base Protoss, if the Protoss player can hit his timings and stay on top of his macro and get his upgrades, can put together a deadly push in the mid-game every single time.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right about that, AC. And with a great configuration of units, which is very essential in any sort of army composition. You always want to make sure that you have something to deal with whatever your opponent has. And really, with a 2-basing Protoss, you have that kind of flexibility. You can go to Immortals. You can support yourself on some Colossus. You can do a couple of things. You can't do them in mass, but you can have just enough layers to combat whatever you have. And again, goes right back to that great phrase that you have: bend, not break strategy.
Oh yeah, the idea that you're willing to take some losses and you're willing to let your opponent crash upon your defenses, but then you hit your timing, you allow yourself to dictate the game, and that rolls perfectly into my #1 gripe in all PV anything. Why is there not a Stargate on the map? Why? You forge fast expand, you delayed the hatch, and now your opponent's going to be getting ready to take his third sometime in the near future, either here or over here. At some point, this third's going to go down, and what I want to know is, why is there not a Stargate that's churning out a Void Ray and a couple of Phoenixes to deny that third?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You've got to have something like that, and you always harp on that. That is the one thing that completely.
Well, look at the drone. Look at the drone count right now. Already, even though Chance was late getting his hatch down, he's up to 52 harvesters to 45 of ISIS. That's only going to continue to grow, and there's going to be nothing ISIS can do to prevent that without a Stargate. If he moves out with these units and actually tries to attack, I understand him moving out to try and gain vision of the map, etc., maybe clear some towers. But yeah, now we're going to see Chance is going to try and take this third as soon as these rocks die, and he's being left alone entirely to do as he wants, to macro up, to drone like a madman with no pressure. He's not being forced to even build spine crawlers. To me, if you're gonna forge fast expand, you can't just say, okay, I've got 2 bases, now I'm safe forever and I'm just gonna A-move to win once I get an army that feels good. That's not the way to play Protoss. If you're gonna do it, you have to do it and harass behind it. Otherwise, you're giving a Zerg map control and the chance to drone like a madman. That's everything that any Zerg player wants.
Oh yeah, and you really only have ISIS. Well, I'm so sorry, but ISIS really only has himself to blame. He could have sent a couple of units over there just to do some minor harassment. You don't have to win. You don't have to push to try to for the GG. You just have to do just enough for them to stop making drones and to force them to make units. And then you could kill those units off, and again force them again not to make not to make drones, but make units. It's a complete process. You have to just keep doing it. You know what are they? Is that they always say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result.
No, it's definitely Einstein. It's the definition of insanity is repeating the same actions and expecting a different result.
There you go. Yeah. So and that's kind of what you need to incorporate with the Zerg. You kind of want to get the same result from it. You want to be going absolutely.
Oh, look at the Zergling count. Going to get a great surround on these Stalkers. These Stalkers are in a lot of trouble, Red Mage. Oh, there we go. The blink finishes right in time, though, so he's going to be able to blink back, but he doesn't need to be trying to fire. He needs to be running back home, and I'm not even sure why Chance is withdrawing at this point. He had that pretty well eaten up. But, yeah, I mean, it looks like, yeah, the ICE's entire plan, I think, was to hit this timing, to just build a Stalker ball and rely on Blink to try and combat everything that his opponent's doing. But 6 Infestors are going to shut down this Blink Stalker ball very quickly.
Oh yeah, once they start hitting them with that fungal growth, they can absolutely do some serious damage to the Stalkers. Even they may be able to blink out of combat with the Zerglings, but they are not going to be able to move very well when covered by Gook. Out of an
oh yeah, and the amount of damage that Infestors do to Stalkers is just really quite absurd. And he did get the Pathogen Glands upgrade, so he's going to be ready to start tossing out these fungal growths as soon as these Infestors complete. Yeah, all 6 of them out now, 2 more on the way, and we're going to see a little bit of a blink trying to target down the Infestors. 1 fungal growth. I like that he didn't overdo things there. He needs to really control these Infestors better than he is. Oh, he's going to lose another one. He does get another fungal growth off, and the Zergling's going to be able to deal with this quite handily here, Red Mage, forcing these Stalkers into a corner. The Infestor's going to throw down yet another fungal growth, locking them in right on the ramp leading up into the central area, and a beautiful defense here by VP Chance. ISIS losing so much, and now down almost 30 supply to his opponent.
Oh yeah, you see, and we see another round of the Stalkers coming in right now, trying to stutter step with these Zerglings, but they just pour over him like some sort of roaches on roast beef. Just going absolutely bonkers with that. Those Stalkers having to run as fast as they can to the safety of the Photon Cannon and the new warped-in Stalkers that are coming in there for a good refresh. Absolutely phenomenal play there by Chance, forcing his opponent back, getting him off the map, and taking complete map control for himself. Now he's going to try to slide around at a good flank from his opponent.
Oh yeah, VP Chance going to catch these Stalkers out in the middle again. They need to blink up to the high ground there. That's what he needs to be doing, but Chance has complete map control right now. He's got ISIS pinned back in his base. I can only imagine what's been going on back at home in terms of droning. We checked the income tab. Wow, I'm going to actually criticize him for that. There's no reason why, as he's been dealing with this, he should not. Okay, 9 more drones in production. That's what I want to see VP Chance. But he's also taken a 4th expansion now, a 4th and a 3rd. So, yeah, he's in great shape, looking very strong. ISIS still has not gone up his second base, up to 130 supply for Chance now, 40 supply ahead of his opponent. And really, he's going to be able to just beeline to the 200 supply cap and dictate the final engagement here. But, oh, this makes me excited. ISIS with another Templar Archives, and we saw what he was able to do with the High Templar in that last game.
Oh yeah, and versus a swarm army, that is a fantastic move. I'm a little bummed he's late with it, but I can understand he wanted to get those Blink Stalkers to try to do some serious economic damage and to give himself a minor advantage there. Now he's trying to look around to make sure there's no other bases going in. Also to try to blink himself down into this other, I'm going to say it's the 4th base right there. He's going to be able to start just taking out a bunch of stuff. Now he's going to warp in, and wow, great job there. I thought he was target firing down the Queen, but it looks like he stopped. He's going to go right for
just
the
wants the hatch. Oh yeah, Chance is going to be withdrawing now with these Zerglings to try and defend this. The blink has the cooldown has completed, so Chance or ICE is going to be able to blink back. A little bit of mismanagement there, losing a handful of Stalkers, but now Chance is the one who's going to have to withdraw. The Stalkers on the high ground just doing too much damage, and he's going to lose that base pretty handily. Now circling back around to try and engage up on the high ground, but I'll give it to ISIS. The Blink Stalkers have not been super effective, but every time they've gotten out and tried to engage, he's done about as much as he possibly can.
Oh yeah, he definitely has done everything he possibly can to try to combat all this. He's now trying to go into the third there of Chance, completely wrecking completely surrounding the Nexus there, trying to drop that. All the probes are dead. If there was only a few of them in there, but now he's going to take out these three.
And Isis counterattacks himself. It forces a counterattack down at the third of Chance. Going to be targeting down the hatchery again. So there we go. Another base going down for Chance. And all of a sudden, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of what Chance is doing here. He's trying to force the issue at the front of Isis's base while the Stalkers go hog wild. But oh, look at this. Almost wow. All of the Stalkers cleaned up by Zerglings there. I have no idea what happened there. Just a blip in Isis's control cost him every Stalker.
Wow, absolutely amazing. And we see back at his main base, the Zerglings did manage to get in there, wiped out one of the pylons, and they were able to take out a good handful of Stalkers, but they were repelled. I did not see any storms go down, so great control out of Isis there, not trying to throw down the storms on top of his own units to weaken them. And we see him trying to go again and take that third. One little Zergling left behind to make sure to know when that third was going to go into production. So now he's going to have a good target to go for. A big ball of infestors and a big ball of Zerglings on their way up now to meet the army of Isis on his own turf, and that's going to be great if he can try to get them all onto one of those ramps. But it looks like they're going to move out, try to supply block Chance by taking out one or two overlords if he can find them, and now they're going to move up into the middle.
It looks like he's going to back out.
Again.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to opt not to engage here. Probably a good call. The creep spread beginning to get a little. Look at that. Good fungal growth there on the Observer. Going to manage to take that little guy out. And so much energy right now on these infestors. Going to have enough for plenty of fungal growths if and when Isis gets a little too frisky and decides to engage in the middle of the map. Chance looking very strong now. Is double expanding behind this aggression. He's got another hatch on the way back at what would have been his fourth, and yet a fifth hatch going up as well. So actually, this is going to be his, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th hatches up. And a great surround now going to force the cancel on this third. The Stalkers are forced to move out. This is a narrow choke. This is not necessarily where Zerg player wants to engage. Throwing down the fungal growth, though, doing a ton of damage, but the High Templar are using good feedbacks, but look how quickly these Stalkers are beginning to melt due to the fungal growth combined with the Zerglings. This is actually going to clean up Chance, but Isis lost a lot of supply there, down to 83 against the 23 of Chance.
Oh yeah, lost so much. And, honestly, right now, an upgrade that Chance could really benefit from would be Burrows. So as soon as everything starts going out, he can immediately drop those infestors down to make sure he doesn't lose them again. Because after they were done, of course, they don't move very fast off of creep, so they were easy pickings once they completely.
Another engagement here in the middle of the map. Such an insanely high infestor count. 14 infestors moving in, supported by the Zerglings. This is going to be cleaned up quite handily. And Isis says, GG! In all caps. So VP Chance winning game 1 of our semifinals here in the IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
Man, what a great matchup right there, AC. I cannot wait to see what we're going to see here in the second game up. And as we find out the map choice for there, go to itsgosu.com. Become a registered user. Use all the great things that we have. You can create your own tournament events. You can participate in any of our tournaments that you qualify for. We even have LAN events, and we do things other than StarCraft 2. We do League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth, Super Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Mortal Kombat, and we're adding more, in the coming season. So don't forget about that. Of course, we'll be moving into Dota 2 when that comes out. And don't forget about all of our great interviews that we're going to be doing with some top-name players, especially with our newly acquired team, formerly All For One, now Team Gosu.
Oh yeah.
For its Gosu Esports. Cannot wait to see how they do at MLG Anaheim. And of course, congratulations to our great coach Gosu Ram, who was able to pick up Poke Bunny today, which is a phenomenal grab. I'm a huge fanboy of Poke Bunnies. I definitely enjoyed watching most of his games in our Faction War series. Cannot wait to see what we're going to see out of him in the future.
Absolutely. And, nothing but love to Gosu Rum. Hope he's feeling better. Was feeling a little under the weather. Not to take anything away from the person who defeated him. Just saying Rum was feeling kind of sick, so hope he's feeling better. Going to be moving into Game 2, Red Mage. We're going to be heading to MLG Metalopolis. Metalopolis is going to be the site of Game 2 after we saw some amazing play out of VP Chance very, very aggressive use of infestors there, up to a very high count of 13, supported with Zerglings to clean up Isis. Isis, I gotta say, I'm disappointed in not seeing him use Psystorm the way we saw before.
Yeah, he seemed a little off with those side storms. He was cranking them out, in good enough, but it wasn't the machine gun style that we've seen him before. Just one right after the other, boom, 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 dropping them all. And really, Chance was unloading them. Was unloading those infestors with that fungal growth. Just completely tearing it up with that, And I think Isis might have been a little thrown off. That my God, fungal growth, one right after the other, But
OMFG fungal growth, fungal, or what the fuck? What the fuck? Fungal growth?
Fungals.
WTF fungal growth. But yeah, moving in, Isis, VP Chance. Isis going to be our blue Protoss hero, VP Chance. Going to be our red Zerg hero leading 1-0 here. So, and really this is a map that I got to say, more than likely, Chance is probably going to be pretty happy with these spawn positions. Cross map obviously would be better, but I guess I should say he's not going to be happy per se, but he's not going to be displeased. This is MLG Metalopolis, so no chance for the close ground spawns. But Chance is going to have a pretty easy time moving away from his opponent with his expansions, and Isis really, and Void Rays on most maps, early Void Rays, do a lot of damage to Zerg, but whenever you spawn in these close air positions on MLG Metalopolis, it's a little bit harder to abuse that. It's very, very close flying distance, which just makes the Zerg so hypersensitive to any sort of early air, and wouldn't surprise me a bit to see an early Evo chamber out of Chance following his expansion.
Oh yeah, very good call on that. This would be one of those great times to do the forge, do the forge wall and then get your famous Stargate up and just immediately start harassing with the Phoenix and a couple of Void Rays, because that kind of harassment against the Zerg is completely viable for everything. Those Void Rays will continue to do economic damage, while the Phoenix can keep lifting the Queen to prevent her from injecting anything, and it's always funny just to watch the Queen hover in midair. It's just hilarious to me every single time I see that.
Well, we're going to see Isis is going to have the probe out. Going to see there's no hatch down yet. Going to see a very similar build out of VP Chance, going with the spawning pool first. Probably going to be followed by Zerglings before the gas. That's what he did last time. It's a good way to deal. Nope, actually going to get the extractor out. Oh, he just does the extractor trick like he did last time. Queen on the way, plus 4 Zerglings. 4 Zerglings going to be plenty enough to prevent any sort of real delay to this hatchery outside of just a handful of seconds. The Overlord being real chancy here, hanging out over top of the base of Isis all the way to the point the cybernetics core is halfway done, so he's going to have to start getting him out of here sooner. He's going to lose an early OL.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And Chance is taking a good hard look at everything that's going on inside this base. He's seeing that assimilator's going down right now. He's getting that early 2 gas. There's a huge semi wall in right up there at the top of the ramp. He's got to know that some crazy stuff is going to start happening. We see the 4 Zerglings running out right now while that hatch is trying to complete. And this could be one of those situations where if Chance can manage it correctly, he can put a good scare into Isis. Not really to win, but just enough if he can do a run by. No, he's not going to be able to do a run by. He doesn't have the speed, but. Never mind.
Yeah, speed not even started yet.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, I was gonna say with the speed, not even working.
Well, we actually see Chance being ultra safe here. He's getting a spine crawler up very fast. I don't think he built a single spine crawler until he was on his 3rd or 4th base in the last game. Instead, getting one up now even before his 2nd hatchery pops. So, showing good game understanding and awareness of the fact that Protoss aggression is especially deadly on a map like Metalopolis with this wide open expansion. Oh no, looks like the spine crawler is going to be caught well off of creep. He's just going to have to walk it down. This is not the best control here by Chance. By the time he burrows this, the spine crawler is going to be dead. So, a really good timing here by Isis in his aggression. The Queens are all that are going to be available to deal with this. He's actually using that spine crawler to kite, so he bought a little time for these Queens to do a little bit of damage. He does lose a Zealot. Now the Stalker's going to have to run back home, so even though that spine crawler never fired a shot, it served its purpose.
Yeah, he did a great job running him around with that, and also trying to buy that Queen, trying to see if he could buy that Queen just long enough to build up some energy to possibly do a transfusion on it. But unfortunately, it just did not happen. But yeah, he did a great job moving that spine crawler around, recognizing the fact that it would have died had he just had it sit there and try to drill in. But He's, spreading that creep very well right now. This is something that is going to be crucial here at the beginning of this matchup here. Have a good amount of creep right there, so that way your units can move back and forth. They can kite if they need to. They can move a lot faster. You also get that total vision, so it's going to be hard for ISIS to really do any sort of weird army maneuvering to try to get better angles on chance and Excuse me, my God, I still can't get rid of that thing in my throat. I cannot believe that.
That's what she said. Giggity.
So, giggity. But an odd 4-gate, I guess, might be some sort of harassment he might be going for.
Well, he's got the expansion almost complete, about halfway done. I doubt he's going to be 4-gating here. It's possible he could cancel this Nexus if he wanted to really do something crazy. This will be a very OGS MC-esque sort of a push, trying to catch his opponent. Let's see, is he going to let the Nexus finish? He might be doing this, Red Mage. He's opening up. Yeah, he's going to cancel the Nexus. So here we go. He's going to rush and try to catch his opponent off guard. And at this point, Chance has got to suspect that these speedlings are not going to match up well against this sentry count, 6 of them. He's already got the proxy pylon up behind the third, and the third hatch is down. We see only one spine crawler. Chance is in a lot of trouble, Red Mage. He's going to have to get. He's going to have to get a lot more units out to deal with this.
Oh yeah, Chance is definitely in some trouble. Great shields right there by ISIS. Unfortunately, he did lock in one of his own stalkers and almost lost it. Down to just 6 health. The shield's completely trashed at that point. Now moving in, trying to take out the one spine crawler right there. Throws down the shield to prevent any sort of reinforcements from the top. As long as he can keep that up, that huge horde of Zerglings won't be able to come back down here. They're taking the spine crawler's dead. Oh my goodness!
This looks exactly like the GSL May final between OGS MC and July Zerg. Game 1 looks exactly like it, even to these force fields being so essential, and it looks like ISIS is going to pull this off. There's a good Zergling count here, but so long as he's diligent with those force fields, it's not going to matter. He's going to sack this second hatch. He should be able to spot this third hatch by now. Yeah, he's got 3 zealots here to move over and begin going to work on that. And here we go. Even the infestation pit, the one saving grace that might have had a chance to turn this around, not going to finish. He manages. Oh, that's perfect. He just letting a few of the Zerglings out and continuing to try and wall them in so they can't move back, but they can't get a good surround. Still going to work, and there it is. GG. ISIS ties things up in a very OGS MC manner here in the semifinals of our IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
Unbelievable matches we're seeing here tonight, AC. Unbelievable. This is probably one of the most exciting Omegas we've had in quite some time. Storms coming out of everywhere. We see great force fields out of ISIS and the Storms. This guy can do it all with these Protoss units. Unbelievable gameplay here. Oh, I'm so excited for the remainder of the matchup here and to see who is going to go into the final round here. At a 1v1 bumper, anything can happen, especially going into the next matchup here as we try to find out what VP Chance is going to want for a map choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us here at the IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR, and this is all brought to you by our sponsors, SteelSeries.com. Check that out for all your professional gaming gear needs. Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and Sanya Mabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. If you're enjoying the tunes in the background, check out these two bands, guys, what you want to call them, Ronald Jinkies and Machina Supremacy, as well as the opening ditty from our early broadcast, Battle by Halo Topic. You can find that at halotopic.newgrounds.com. So where are we heading, Red Mage?
Still trying to work that out because unfortunately, Chance is one of those fabulous people where you can't chat with them.
Oh, good.
So I'm hoping he's monitoring.
It means he's a grandmaster.
Chat. Yep, it means he's an upper master there. It looks like he's going to invite us into the game for that. So this is gonna. Oh, we're gonna go to Shakuras Plateau. My favorite map.
I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. I think it's surpassed. Terminus is my favorite map. It just more and more, especially now. That Shakuras Plateau is kind of becoming one of the old maps, you know. There was a time when it was brand new, and even after that where it wasn't new anymore, but people were still feeling it out in terms of complex play. But more and more, some of the most interesting games I ever see take place on Shakura's Plateau, and I think it finally has surpassed Terminus as my favorite. So going to be the site of Game 3 between ISIS and VP Chance. An amazing fake Nexus rush there by ISIS tied things up, but VP Chance so strong using those Zerglings and those Infestors, and all the people in the chat are saying, Fungi! The Fungals, so disgusting. Going to be counting down now, Red Mage. Going to be an amazing game.
Oh yeah, and watching this, just you want to go back and play Protoss just to do these kind of cool storms. I want to try to make some sort of all ghost build and just completely annihilate stuff with nukes and EMPs. I think.
Don't forget snipes. Don't forget snipes.
It's snipes. It would be a very vicious thing to use against energy-driven Zerg, but brutal against Protoss. I know we were talking about somebody that had a very, very high Ghost Army toward the beginning of the SC2 period. I forget who it was, but you said that they had 10 or 15 ghosts in their army, and they would just wreck stuff left and right.
Oh yeah.
With it before they started narrowing down the or nerfing them down a little bit to make them a little bit more of a specialty unit as opposed to a lock key unit like the Infestors are now.
Oh yeah. Without a doubt, and the Infestor really is the the Infestors really are, like you said. It's very rare. In fact, I don't think I can think of a single army composition that you could throw against a Zerg player that would not require, or at least where a Zerg player would not be benefited greatly by a high Infestor count. That's just how much DPS Infestors do now, and being able to lock units in place against Zerglings or Brood Lords or what have you, no matter what. So essential. So we see this probe going to spot the wrong spot here by ISIS, and now he's going to move on up. And the exact same build out of EP Chance. The spawning pool going down before the hatch. Sure, we're going to see the cute little extractor trick followed by 4 Zerglings as soon as this finishes up. ISIS walling his base in, doing normal fun stuff. And, yeah, that's just about it. Early game shenanigans, never a whole lot to say. Red Mage, make sure you tell everybody one more time about our Magic the Gathering card giveaway while we have a moment.
Absolutely right about that, AC. We have more Magic cards to give away. We're going to give away one more pack tonight for the Magic the Gathering Planeswalker Tournament Deck Series. Those cards, of course, were only available in 2010 at the New York Comic Convention. These things are phenomenal. They used to sell for about $15-20 a pack. But you can't buy them, of course, because they were only available at that one time. And, on eBay, they're selling for $20-25 a piece. But some of the cards that may be inside of these things, as good as $150 right there in your pocket. You cannot go wrong with them. And we're giving them away for free. All you have to do, and this is a simple media trick that we're going to use to kind of benefit our sponsor there, is all you have to do is be a follower of ours on JustinTV or TwitchTV.com. Send me an email at contest@itsgosu.com. Let me know that you want to win free Magic cards, and just give me your nickname there for JustinTV/TwitchTV.com, and you could potentially win. You have until the end of the semifinal, the end of the semifinal round, because in the first match of the finals is when we do we randomly draw a name from that list of emails, and the winner will be named after the first game. So you only have a few more moments left in order to get those emails in. So that's contest@itsgosu.com. Just let me know what your nickname is there, and just let me know that you want to win free Magic cards, because we want to give away free Magic cards. And for those of you who are like, well, you're only giving away one, that's okay. Saturday, listen to us on Saturday. We will be giving away a ton of Magic cards, and if you haven't had a chance to win these yet and actually look at how awesome these are, we will definitely have them there, and hopefully we'll have the camera up and running, so you'll be able to see these very, very cool Magic cards face to face as we give them out to people that are sitting in the stands watching us, because of course when you come to the LAN event, it's free to observe. You can sit there, hang it on the couch, have some Tippy's tacos, get some sodas there at Cyberground, say hi to our friends Dave, Derek, and Ken, and ask for the membership. The membership is actually phenomenal. It's like $10.
Oh yeah, it's so cheap, man.
Discount. Yeah, $10 for a membership, and you get a couple of bucks off your hourly rate. It's like $15 for the whole day. I think it's like $10 or $12 for the whole day if you're a member. So it pays for itself, and
And such a great community always at Cyberground. No matter what game you play, be it StarCraft 2 or be it Heroes of Nowhere, we always joke about the Han guys or the League of Legends guys or the guys that always sit up near the front of the shop and play World of Warcraft. No matter what's going on, if you're looking to make some friends in gaming, Cyberground is just an amazing place to do that. And a lot of 2D fighter tournaments too. And I'm a 2D fighter guy. That's where my pedigree in esports originally began. And I love it so much. So, if you know, it makes me so happy to see that making a comeback. The community feeling surrounding gaming, instead of it just being a bunch of people screaming racial epithets at each other through a headset.
Oh yeah, you know, it's always a lot of fun, and they also have a lot of shooters at CyberGods too.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think that they just do the fantasy style. RTS style games. They have almost everything. If you can name it, they've got it. They even uploaded Portal 2 on pretty much I think 80 or 90% of them. A ton of people are in there the other day playing the cooperative campaign for that. So much fun. And hey, there's a Stargate right there for you, AC. I don't know if we talked about it. Yeah, it's about time. A couple of
it's about time.
He's going a little bit heavy with the Phoenixes, I think. He's going
That's
for
how he
Phoenixes.
needs to do it. That's how you're supposed to do it. Because
with 3, I would have figured 2-on-2 or 2 Phoenixes, 3 Void Rays would have been.
No,
good.
well, see, this is not meant to be a game-ending sort of a force here. This is supposed to be a harassment force. Pick off overlords, pick off stray queens, force your opponent to try and panic and build more spore crawlers that he really needs to. Clean up the towers like we're seeing right here. This is what this is supposed to do. The Void Ray is going to trail behind. And the Void Ray, and again, the entire purpose of this is not even to get into the main or into the natural. And you can see why. ISIS says first place, third. I want to prevent your third. I do not want you to have a third. I want to take my expansion and deny you your expansion. I want us both to sit on 2 bases as long as possible, because a 2-base Protoss versus a 2-base Zerg, the 2-base Protoss is going to be in the advantage every single time.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And, you know, yeah, you're right there. Those Phoenixes doing a great job taking out a couple of overlords. There's supply block chance momentarily. If they wipe out one more, they'll definitely supply block. And we see them picking up drones right now, trying to snipe them out, while a couple more just kind of move around. Now that Void Ray going to town on that spawning pool, trying to fully charge itself up. Those queens running because of the great creep spread coming up there to take full advantage of trying to snipe down those Phoenixes and the Void Ray. One of those Phoenixes barely gets away with only 62 health left on there. Those queens having to lumber those booties of theirs back onto the creep. He needs this should definitely be an indication to him that he needs to spread his creep a little bit farther inside of his main base. And again, no real. I was gonna say, yeah, he did drop some spore crawlers right now, so he definitely did start wasting a couple more drones on that.
Well, the third hatch is going to go.
Great job by Chance there.
Well, the third hatch is going to go down now, and this kind of irritates me. You know, it's it's fun to get in and harass here if it's there, but the main point again, there is no reason why Chance should have been able to take this. There's literally nothing but queens that can shoot up. The creep is not spread anywhere near this third, and the fact that this third exists right now bothers me, Red Mage. This should not be happening.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. More Phoenixes rolling in right now. Wow. And a good push coming out on both sides, trying to split that army up as much as possible. Those queens being forced back, trying to defend whatever they can. I guess they're assuming he's going to go to
5 infestors with the pathogen glands. Ooh. That's going to be a lot of fungal growth. There it is, fungu down on all the sentries and the zealots. So long as he can keep, he's got to get these control these infestors better. But yeah, just look at that, how completely mauled that Gateway army was. But this Void Ray doing his job. He's actually just going to try and target down infestors. He's going to sack this Void Ray. That's a waste. No reason that should have happened. And I'm not going to lie, I'm still obsessing about this. This should not have happened. This third hatch should not exist right now.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it should not have been there. Those Phoenixes were there just kind of hanging out doing nothing at the same time. Yeah, there you go. Comes in, tries to pick up the infestors. That's a smart move right there. Take them out one at a time. Infested Terrans going down. Trying to take out many. Whoa! Got one of the Phoenixes as he tried to run away. Another one barely escapes by with 38 health. The other one, just took out some minor shield damage, but nice move there by Chance, throwing down those infested Terrans right there at the very end. Well, after losing a couple of infestors to those pesky Phoenixes, drone transfer going on right now to that third, and a ton of Zerglings pouring out now, checking that upper area there, and another expansion coming down by VP Chance.
Oh, absolutely. And ISIS, again, I like the thought process, really did not utilize his air units as well as he could have, and just had that push, that gateway push, completely and utterly mauled. And again, yeah, he pushed a little bit too late. If he had pushed before the infestors had hit the map, he would have been in much better shape. Instead, VP Chance taking a considerable lead now, up to 20 supply higher. If we take a look at the income tab, we can see he's already ahead in drones, only going to get further ahead with his 4 bases now in production, and the Nexus going down here for ISIS. So he's going to be spread a little thin. You know, it doesn't seem like this is a lot of ground to cover, but against a Zerg player that's going to be using a lot of speedlings combined with infestors, this is actually just a vast stretch of wasteland for any Protoss player to try to defend at this stage in the game. At just the 14-minute mark before he's added Colossus to his mix.
Oh yeah, and right there, you know, Chance threw down another fungal growth from those Phoenixes holding the southern Zonanga Tower. A couple of infested Terrans went down, trying to completely wipe out. There goes one, here comes another, and there's the third. Wipes out all 3 of those Phoenixes. There was a very slow delay by ISIS while he was sitting there. Those 3 Phoenixes just kind of waiting around. Honestly, if Chance had been a little bit faster at getting those infestors over there, he probably could have taken them out without losing that one infestor that was taken by ISIS. But
right. Well, we see.
Looks like he's going to continue the pressure now.
Oh yeah, he's got 4 more infestors on the way. The +1 to carapace and +1 to missile attacks, just as the Dark Shrine completes, as well as the Zealot leg charge. But right now, ISIS just looks so thin. He's got the DTs there. These DTs are going to be essential, but the fungal growth's going to catch them as well as it catches all the other units. And it looks like Chance wants to push right now. And in this series, this looks so strong, Red Mage. I don't think ISIS can hold on. 189 supply to the 82 of ISIS. This is going to be a maul fest.
Oh, this is going to be absolutely terrible. More infestors. They're going to need that fungal growth to get rid of those DTs without the Overseer. Right there, they wipe out a pylon, take out 3 of the warp gates right now. Those Zealots trying to do what they can there at the top of the ramp, trying to take out those roaches, but those roaches spinning as fast as they can, wiping them out. Those 2 DTs are going absolutely to town. 4 kills for one, 4 kills for the other. They're just wiping out the infestors left and right. He was basically saved by by the fact that those infestors had no additional energy to throw down the fungal growth, and those DTs saved the day for him.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, for how long? With 4 bases going up right now, he's going to be able to completely remake that army. We see him climbing up the food channel right now. 155 out of 192. ISIS still back at 65. He's got to put those pylons back into position to repower that up. That should be a firm indication, and not just have 1 pylon powering 3 gateways. You need to have another pylon there. You know, and that's one thing that always happens to a lot of Protoss is they go for those what do they call those? The Artosis pylon.
Oh yeah.
They only have the 1 pylon piling so much. You know, you need to have a better power grid than that. You know, if you ever play SimCity, you know the first thing they'll complain about is not enough power. The second thing is we don't have enough water and sanitation. It smells like dookie down here in the downtown area.
Well,
then everybody leaves.
The thing always that gets mad, that gets on my nerves, they ask for jobs and you bring jobs to the city and they complain about the pollution. It's like you can't have it both ways, man. Anyway, Chance looks like he's going to try and end the game right here. The Archons are going to be able to deal with these Zerglings pretty well. Good fungal growth, though, catching every one of the Zealots. Zealots just evaporating in front of this roach line. Look at that great concave at the bottom of the ramp. This is going to be it, Red Mage. No DTs to the rescue today. And it's been a great series, but I believe ISIS is about to be closed out.
Oh, yeah, I think he's definitely about to be finished. You know, this time Chance was not taking any chances. Had a couple of overseers there just in case those DTs did come in. And, you know, yeah, there it is. There's the GG. Well played there by ISIS. Fantastic bunch of games right there, and very well mannered between our 2 opponents right here. They both fought very, very valiantly, but unfortunately, there's a fork in the road, and only one can go on to the final round here. And wow, what an epic series right there for ISIS, finally losing to Chance at the very end. So congratulations to Chance to move on to the finals. And ISIS, buddy, man, fantastic storms.
Oh yeah,
fantastic everything.
Well, that's what kills me. Why didn't we see more storms around, man? That was ISIS's signature, and that really would have... I mean, think about all those infestors and roaches trying to move up that ramp if ISIS had opted for more Templar-heavy play instead of the DTs. How much prettier would that have been?
Oh, yeah, it would have looked absolutely gorgeous to see fungal growth and storms all over the planet, all over the place. Oh, so unbelievable. Oh, man, I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, moving into the finals here, going to be Why Are You Sexy taking on VP Chance. Going to be my favorite matchup, Red Mage, TVZ. So and it's actually going to be a little bit of a little bit of bragging rights here between two relatively unknown clans, TQ and VP. So we're going to get a chance to. And by the way, do you know VP? At least I haven't confirmed this, but so far as I know, VP actually signed Pain User.
Really?
Yeah, that kind of baffles me. I'm not gonna lie. No hate on VP. We love you guys, but it just if that actually happened, congratulations to you. But I don't think I'm alone in saying that. Not alone in saying that that's a bit surprising. So Legless Puppy says, AC, don't you wish it was me playing Toss? Aha, that's right, the pup. And anytime I can refer to anybody as the pup, I feel good. So I want to see you in a game, brother.
Yeah, and Legless was wondering why we were so unhappy with his Mother's Day. I completely, if you listen to it, I was laughing because you sucked somebody of your own units into that vortex.
Oh yeah,
I just love that. Holy free holies!
Creating creating the void ray toilet instead of the Archon toilet, right?
Yeah, creating a massive toilet right there. Wow, we have a lot of TQ guys in the chat.
Hey, they're coming out to support their boy. That's all. But, yeah, I'm looking this up just to confirm it now that I'm curious. Yeah, actually, let's see. Just provide an update of our current team. Good morning and all. Has signed, yeah. As such, here we go. Official release from VP Gamers. Good morning all. Happy Friday, blah, 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 blah. As such, I am pleased to announce VP Gamers has signed former Lazarus Gaming players and members in the form of Pain User and HD StarCraft. So, yes, that is part of VP Gamers right now.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
So yeah, congrats to them. Congrats to VP. But again, I'm just a little bit surprised by that. But Shake Master automatically. Imagine Shake being that guy. He just typed "so cards." All right, they want the cards, man. Red Mage.
Sorry, I'm trying to handle something in the chat here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It's all right, not a problem at all. Thanks so much for being here with us, guys. Oh yeah, kick those guys out. I think they can understand. Yeah, as much as I appreciate it. Oh no. Okay, if Chance doesn't mind, they can stick. Whatever, just as long as we don't have a ton of lag. Cloud Berserk says, "Good luck, everyone." Gotta love the good luck from old Cloud. We love you, Cloud. In fact, I love each and every one of you. Just to name off a few, we've got Animanimus, Antarianism, Antiat, Cloud Berserk, Deadly SC2 Live, My League of Legends buddy, Haminator, Legless Puppy 839, The Pup, Mumbles of Life, One Superman, Shake Master 52, Sir Chronofrost, yeah, Sir Chronofrost, Thorfan, Arjamanbati, and Tally, as well as everyone else in the BattleNet chat, and of course here with us on Justin.tv. So make sure we're going to be giving out the winners of the Magic the Gathering cards. But if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click follow there for us. And if you want to be a super baller, click tweet, click like, and all that fun social media crap that none of us like, but our sponsors seem to absolutely love. So yes, Deadly SC2 Live says, heart to you, buddy, heart to you. So, all right, Red Mage, cards. Who wins?
Who is the winner today? Let me hit the refresh button there on that, and it looks like Bubbles of Life. He's getting himself a set of magic cards right there. So fantastic! Bumbles of Life is the grand winner tonight of that fabulous pack of magic cards, sponsored by our great martial arts sponsor, who I won't butcher their name, but are phenomenal to say the least. AC, what's that sponsor's name again?
Okay, hang on. I gotta lean into it. You can't just put me on the spot like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Sanya Mabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. There you go.
There you go. I also, as soon as I said that, I heard you light your cigarette there.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I was horrible with that. I'm sorry. I heard the click and I said it anyway.
No, it's okay.
My bad, brother.
No, it's one of those things. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like I have to get in the mood to do the announcer voice for the advertisers. But as soon as I do, I can just rattle them off one after the other. But whenever I'm just kind of chilling, you're like, so yeah, call it out, AC. And it's like, Sanya Mabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So we're gonna have TQ, Why Are You Sexy, spawning as our Terran hero in the blue trunks at roughly that 9 o'clock position. Down south here on Terminus RE, VP Chance, our strong Zerg player who loves Zerglings and loves his infestors spawning at the 6 o'clock. And that's actually going to make Chance quite the happy little camper. It means every expansion he takes, he's going to be moving away from his opponent on this rotationally symmetrical map. And every time Sexy decides he wants to take an expansion, he's actually going to be moving towards his opponent, which is going to be very vulnerable to Mutalisk harass, Mutalisks, Banelings, Zerglings, Infestors, and all that fun stuff. Of course, the marquee units in any TVZ matchup that makes it to the mid game.
Oh yeah, and the mid game is exactly where you can find out what your opponent is made of, how much stuff can you throw at them from a Zergling standpoint, and see how fast they can react. Are they reactionary? Are they scouting properly? You can pretty much judge everything that they do by the number of scans they throw down, the number of times that they send in probes. Looks like he's throwing down another gas right now, and I don't know if that's going to be a fake gas or if he's actually meaning to do that with that single wall hit. So honestly, I would think that he definitely means it, that he's going to go for probably a Banshee harass. Being this close, the Banshee would be a very, very viable option here.
Well, that gas is actually just about on time if he's going to want to be going right at the tanks. Yeah, so we're going to see, the factory go down. That gas wasn't early. That gas was just about on time. So it could go either way, though. He could just be trying to go for a single Banshee harass. Just saying, with that gas timing, he's not going to be favoring, like, dual starport Banshee. I don't see that coming out of him at all.
Right. So, and that's why you're the pro commentator, to make sure that my wild accusations and theories are set the pace.
No, it's okay. And for those who are wondering what a quote-unquote normal timing for Terran second gas is, it's going to be right about the time you accumulate 100 gas from your original refinery, not extractor. But, right about the time you see a Terran player hit 100 gas off of just his normal gas, if he took it at 13 supply or in that vicinity, that's the normal time to go ahead and take that. So, yeah, look, double factory. Going to be throwing down a tech lab on the first, and probably just going to be doing tank marine.
Nice, very solid, safe play, especially on something like Terminus RE. Lots of choke points right there. You can really cut your opponent off. These 4 Marines doing a great job microing back and forth there, trying to get these queens and get these Zerglings right off a creep there. Without the speed boost, they're able to kind of do a lot of damage. Now he's trying to take out an Overlord. Could possibly take this one down before the
yes.
Yeah, there we go. Nice job.
Yeah, but able to snipe down the Overlord. That's kind of a big deal here. That's really going to shut down the production of Chance, going to force him to remake not just one Overlord, that would just bring him back close to even. He's going to have to go ahead and make 2. So that's going to shut down his drone timing, going to make it so he can't produce army when he wishes to. So in picking off an Overlord any time before like the 8-minute mark is just the biggest deal in the world in a TVZ. And back at home, it looks like we're actually going to see some early Hellion play. The Blue Flame research a little over a third of the way done, with Hellions beginning to pour out of these factories, and I love Blue Flame Hellions. I don't know that, other than Banelings chasing Marines, I think my second favorite thing in the world is Hellions chasing drones. I just love it.
Yeah, Hellions chasing drones, especially when they're being pulled off and siphoned through their own units and things like that, where they line up just perfectly. You hit that one shot, you kill 7 or 8 of them in a row. Oh, it's pure magic. It's absolutely pure magic right there, we just see a lot of Hellions coming out right now. Finally, the reactor's going down on that second factory right there. So yeah, he is definitely looking to do some serious harassment right there. Good timing move out right now. That Blue Flame about 95% done. He's going to get there just in time to have that absolutely activated and be able to do some serious harassment right there. That Overseer just a little bit. I'm sorry, that Overlord just to one side enough where he might not be able to see it, but they're on the creep now.
Well, these queens are in great position, actually. Going to prevent the run by up the main ramp. I love that. He's going to get a couple of drones here, but really losing about half of his Hellion force, and this is not going to be very cost-effective at all. He's continuing to chase the drones around. Great control here by Chance. They're going to try and run up and into the main, if nothing else, to get a scout, but a Roach and a Queen are there to deal with this, and looks like he might get one more drone before this Hellion dies. Gets a couple more there. So probably killing about 5 or 6 drones, but for the cost, losing 500 minerals worth of Hellions, and with having that shut down, really you combine the 500 minerals with the Blue Flame. Not to say Blue Flame's not going to be useless in the mid-game, but Blue Flame is really the upgrade you get for that one initial Hellion harass, and if it doesn't work, you kind of have to count the cost of that Blue Flame research as a loss.
Oh yeah, right there with you. Now he looks like he's going to go for Hellions and tanks. Good backup plan right there. You'll be able to completely support your choke, going for the siege up as well. You know, this is going to be a very, very good tech switch up here. They'll be able to do some serious back end damage with the Hellions once you're putting that army forward. Line it up. You have a good flank with those Hellions. Completely shoot that line right across. You know, as long as you can keep the Zerglings from getting a surround. If you can keep everything in a nice line like the roaches and whatnot, you can do some serious damage if you're properly controlling those Hellions at flanks, not on a straight one-on-one fight, because you just won't be able to get the effectiveness of the Blue Flame Hellion that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely right, my friend. Stealing your line. Absolutely right there, Red Mage. Just third hatch about to pop out for Chance. Chance looking so very strong right now. Look at the creep spread. He's got 5 creep tumors leading the way across the map. This is what you have to do on a map the size of Terminus RE, especially if you plan to rely on roaches and hydras eventually, but especially for banelings. Banelings really the marquee unit in TVZ. And actually that and the Spire. We see the Baneling speed upgrade, the centrifugal hooks about a quarter of the way done now, the Spire about halfway done. And here's the beauty of him shutting down that Hellion harass. He's droning like crazy, making almost nothing but drones, pushing this as far as he can. But all of a sudden, this is a bit of a scary push. We got a decent Marine count supported with Hellions and 1 tank. And the siege tech is finished, or he's going to be able to siege up. But this might be a few too many tanks. I don't think 1's going to be enough to really make this work the way he needs to. He needs at least 3.
Yeah, you definitely need at least 3, especially to hold that choke, to be able to shell it good enough. You might be able to stretch it to 2 if you position them just right, but yeah, I'm right there with you. 3 is probably the optimal number anytime you do this. There's 1 more coming up, so let's see if he can position these 2 tanks.
Here we go. Zergling's going to run in. The Baneling's trying to kite around. The Marine's getting a little bit frisky. The Baneling's going to move in. What a wonderful surround. Cleans up all the Hellions and all of the Marines. The Zergling's going to town on the tanks. Going to fill almost 1 hit point left on this second tank. So Sexy continuing to reinforce here. Chance has got to control this just right. He bought himself some time with the good Baneling usage there. More Zerglings hatching. Not just more, a hell of a lot of Zerglings hatching actually. And going to just bum rush in. Going to finish up that second tank very easily. The third tank not yet sieged. Yeah, this is going to be cleaned up quite well by Chance. And Chance looking so strong at defending this. Sexy, I like the thought process, but really the execution was lacking a little bit.
Just a little bit, although I did like the fact that he did not try to take time to try to siege up that tank, because those Zerglings were coming in so fast. He maybe would have been able to get off a shot as opposed to the multiple DPS shots he was able to take. So smart move there. I know a lot of times I just immediately go to siege, and when they're right on top of you, you can't siege yourself anyway. And if you're dumb enough to have your 2 siege tanks on opposite sides, they'll shell each other to death.
Well, the Mutalisks have hatched and are moving over the third here. They're going to deny that third. No, actually, just going to move directly in. That's not a lot of Marines. Might be just enough to chase things away. He's going to try and deny this third as long as he can. Takes down the SCV. But all of a sudden, Sexy's going to be in a bit of trouble. He's going to have to try and defend back at home as well as he can. We see panic turrets being built now. This should have been done a while ago, in all honesty. Sexy's losing a lot of SCVs. The Mutalisks doing their job, being annoying, doing the harassment, picking off all the free damage they can. 1 turret is complete now in the main. And really, all things considered, even though he lost some and he was a little slow on reacting with the turrets, he's handled this somewhat well. Hasn't lost, a crippling number of SCVs. But this is exactly why the Mutalisk harass is so important in a ZVT. It's not so much that you have to kill a ton of SCVs. I mean, killing SCVs is great. But look across the map over here. What in the hell can Sexy do about this expansion as it's going down? With the Mutalisk in the back of your base, making sure your Marines have to stay active, and you have to keep an eye on your mini-map, there's nothing that Sexy could do, even if he knew this hatchery was going in. There was nothing he could do to stop it.
Absolutely not, yeah, because once you start running out those Marines, those Mutalisks will just come in and get you, and while you're standing still, the Zerglings come and surround you. So yeah, this is absolutely a perfect example right there. Trying to take out the tech labs now on those factories. Very smart move there. Trying to do what he can, wipes out one of them, the other one's still going. But yeah, he's doing a great job right there, taking out what he can, staying just ahead of the army of Sexy. And right now those Marines are trying to run away. The Mutalisks shooting them in the back like the jerks they are, and wipes out that nice handful of Marines there that Sexy was chasing them around with. But Man, that was some very good control in those Mutalisks right there. At the same time, we see the Zerglings and another handful of Mutalisks starting to move out a little bit more onto the map, trying to, probably going to go and try to take out this choke, make sure nothing's going to be able to get in there. I see a huge tank line at the very front of Sexy's Natural there. Definitely trying to make sure he's not going to get bum rushed by anything right now. We just saw a huge amount of Banelings come into fruition. A massive amount of Mutalisks right now going to town, taking out the two external turrets just outside of the third. One in the back kind of scares him away a little bit. I don't know why. He could have just easily taken that out in just one or two shots with those Mutalisks.
Well, Mutalisk retention in a ZVT really is the name of the game. Once you commit this much resources, because we're talking about roughly, call it, 21 Mutalisks. That's 2,100 in minerals and gas invested into this ball. You cannot afford to throw it away. If you're going to trade it or even just throw it at something and take losses, it really has to be worthwhile. Now we see him going to work now on the supply depots. Very effective harassment, just doing the damage he can and moving back out. And again, taking another base. This is going to be his, that's actually going to be his 6th hatch. It looks like, he's got a macro hatch up right at the choke. So Sexy just falling further and further behind, and really it all started with that one botched push at the beginning. That was the timing he needed to hit, but he didn't have the tank count he needed a few more tanks to deal with the Banelings, and needed them in better position. Whenever you position your tanks to take on a Baneling Zergling force of Zerg, you have to do it in a straight line, stretched a long ways back. That way you can retreat all of your bio units. Instead, what we have is VP Chance up at the supply cap and with an absurd amount of Mutalisks.
Yeah, an absolutely absurd amount of Mutalisks. Taking upgrades to those flyer attacks right now, upgrading the carapace for him as well. We see 22 Banelings being morphed in. On top of that, an infestation pit. That production tab is massive right now for both sides. Upgrades coming along now. Finally getting the +1/+1 for Sexy after 18 minutes. I think that's a little late. At least the +1 to one of them. But getting the +1/+1 now, oh my goodness, this could be absolutely devastating. This is the second time tonight someone has taken the +1/+1 so late. I could absolutely see if you just took one of them, but not both of them this late in the game.
Oh yeah, if you're going to rely on Marines in any way, you have to have the upgrades. Otherwise, you're going to run into situations like this. Here we go. The Zerglings and the Banelings beginning to move in. They're going to move along the left side, forcing the issue. Going to catch the tanks on siege. This is going to be terrible, Red Mage. The Banelings stream into the natural, and all of a sudden, all the bio just melting before VP Chance, streaming all the way into the main now. The supply depot's on fire. He's going to be forced out momentarily just so he can regroup, but the Mutalisk now going to be able to clean things up pretty easily. Sexy down almost 100 supply now to his opponent VP Chance, and there it is, GG. Chance jumping out to a 1-0 lead here in Game 1 of our finals here at the IGO Mega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
More fantastic games left and right here. Oh my goodness, so much stuff going on. We cannot wait to see what's going on now, as I gotta type in the map pool now for Sexy, even though he was here last week. But yeah, so many good things going on. So go to itsgosu.com. You can upload all of your replays right there if you want to show them off, get some advice. Chance being so awesome, laying up the brackets right there. Thank you very much, Chance, for taking care of that for me. That's what's so awesome.
What did he
about
do?
Our players. He put up the link for me automatically. I didn't have to get out of StarCraft 2 to look for it.
Nice.
So good. Oh, so nice. I love our players and our community. You guys and girls are so great. Less than 3 to every single one of you. I'm actually doing the physical, heart shape right there above my real heart, because you guys are just so awesome.
Oh, of course. You know who else is awesome, Red Mage, that I hear is pretty cool? Our sponsors, the guys that make all this possible. Steel Series, Cyberground, Max Integration, and San Yamabushi Jujutsu in combination. Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So moving into Game 2, where are we heading, Red Mage?
We're actually going to MLG Zelnaga Caverns. And hey, I forgot to ask Master Shake, if you're still in the chat, did you go to Micro Center and purchase yourself some Steel Series gear? So let me know if you did. I did not see what the outcome was.
You better have gotten the Steel Series. I don't care where he bought it from, but it better have been Steel Series stuff. They support its Gosu. You guys support its Gosu. You're practically Igloo brothers.
That's right. We're all. Are you doing that? Oh yeah, what if a neighbor did that? Yeah, it would be pretty interesting. I'm sure it would appear on TMZ right there. Red Mage JR, hearts above his heart to a microphone and television screen. Yeah, it's not just creepy enough that I'm sitting here in my chair.
It's the internet. It's the internet, man. The people do a lot creepier shit in front of computer screens than making the hard image. Believe me.
You may think I'm a little weird. No, I'm way weird. So, and Antarianism says he owns SteelSeries stuff. Thank you very much, Antarianism, for supporting the great SteelSeries people who support us and therefore open up their coffers to you, the great community here at the StarCraft at itsgosu.com. Make sure to go there, support all of our sponsors. You know, Max Integration does a great job with any sort of internet stuff you need to do. If you need to create a website for, let's say, if your wife or girlfriend has a Mary Kay or whatever, and you want to get her set up on the internet, call Max Integration. They'll set that up for you really quickly. They also do any sort of tech business if you need to. If you're trying to set up your own servers, or if you work at a small firm and you want to set up servers, Max Integration can do it for you. And that they're absolutely fantastic. They help out AC and I all the time. Minor technical issues. They don't even have to be there, which is great. They can actually do it up all over the magic internet, and this is where my age comes into play, because they just immediately pop up and be like, download this program real quick, and then they take over control of your computer. They fix it.
Skynet, man. It's Skynet.
Yeah, it's Skynet, and then it just deletes itself off your computer, and you're done. And I'm like, well, that wasn't so hard. And of course, a couple of times I've been like, I need this fixed. And they're like, okay, well, did you do this? Well, yeah, I totally did that. And then they pop in there like, no, this button right here. And they'll point to it while I'm on the phone with them. I'm like, oh, I was looking at the other one.
All right, we got some 2 racks action here out of Sexy. He's hitting the second. He's hitting the second racks down here at the bottom side of this spawn platform, hoping that Chance isn't going to spot it. It doesn't look like Chance is. He's sending the drone back home now after seeing what he's going to guess is just going to be a standard wall in. And now I love this. He's going to lift it up, move it down after producing 1 Marine, and jumping on down to the bottom. So he's going to have a slight proxy advantage and put on the 2 racks pressure. And right now he's got the little drone that's stolen the gold minerals. He's going to have to suspect what's going on. The SCV leading the way down here. 1 Marine already rallied down. He's going to have both racks rallied down to this spawn, or excuse me, this natural expansion. And the drones now being pulled to try and deal with this. This is the high pressure moment for any Zerg player. And he's actually doing a good job forcing Sexy all the way back to the gold minerals as more Marines look to join and chase the drones back. But it's all going to come down to bunker placement. Can he get the bunker down where he needs to? Right about there is perfect. And more than anything, will it complete? If it doesn't complete, it's worthless and this is shut down entirely. Chance not pulling anything out at the moment. 10 Zerglings, 12 Zerglings now in production, plus 2 Queens, though. So it looks like he's probably going to be able to deal with this pretty easily.
Oh, yeah, with just that handful of Marines trying to do what they can against the hatchery, there's not a whole lot they're going to be able to take out. And those Zerglings are coming into play right now. He's trying to tank with his SCVs, but those drones doing a great surround there, and he's trying to stutter step those Marines. That bunker almost finished.
Oh, it finishes with no Marines to put inside. So now he's going to have to salvage it, get his money back out of it. Nope, well, yeah, just pull those guys back home. And yes, he does get the salvage off, and that's a rage moment for every Zerg player. It says, why does he get all the full refund? Because it was almost dead anyway. I actually agree with him. I think that's pretty stupid. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, second racks, well, third racks actually. The second racks that's going to be at the choke going down. Oh no, he's actually just going to move it up from the bottom here. And that's what makes 2 racks play so strong. It's in no way all in. You know, you can just transition out of it quite easily, still be producing Marines, and go directly up to your command center to expand, even though he didn't do nearly the amount of damage he needed to be successful against a Zerg opponent.
Oh, yeah, right there. And, and it was a very smart move there by Chance. He actually blocked out the 1 Marine that was barely left alive with that 1 drone. He had it wedged down in the corner, preventing him from moving over. This is a great little micro. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but I'm going to give him credit for it right there, because that was absolutely phenomenal right there with that. Didn't know this was MLG. Yeah, there's a little thing at the bottom there. I guess he was looking to do the whole bunker at the base there.
Yeah.
And just didn't realize that. Yep, that's exactly what those.
Well, you can still do a bunker at the base. That's fine. You just can't build 2 bunkers and block the whole thing. That's the only difference, is you can't do both, or do it with just 2 and block the ramp entirely. So, but How unfortunate, says VP Chance, as he cackles and does his Zerg laugh that or whatever. Actually sounded like a very diseased goat. That did not.
That was a very diseased goat laugh there. A very maniacal diseased goat.
Anyway, Sexy tacking on more racks now. He's up to 3, plus a factory in production, just as his command center completes the morphification into the orbital command back at home for Chance, tacking on his other 2 gas down at the expansion, going up to 4 gas immediately. And if I had to guess, he's going to be favoring Banelings, Mutalisks, and of course the Zerglings, possibly Infestors, depending on what he sees out of Sexy.
Oh yeah, now we see that those Zerglings are going to start to move themselves in. That one supply depot was dropped. A couple of them are going to get in there, kind of do some minor harassment there, but now they're going to get chased out by that huge group of SCVs trying to do the SCV transfer right now. And he's going to go, and yeah, there you go. Chance is going to continue to gnaw on that orbital command.
Well, major marine pressure going on down here at the natural. The drones having to be pulled off. Oh, great surround of the Marines. Sexy getting a little too cute with the stutter step micro. Did not quite get back to the rocks, which is where he was headed. Loses every Marine, and Sexy is just miles behind Red Mage.
Yeah, Sexy is definitely very, very far behind. You know, missing all that SCV time, missing all the opportunities that he had there while he was trying to get that bunker down at the front. Yeah, that is not only frustrating, but it completely throws off what you're doing. We see a Hellion now coming down the common knowledge hallway. It's going to get absolutely seen by 1, 2, 3 Overlords. So as long as you're checking your mini-map, you'll be able to see it. And that Queen is right there ready to rock and roll with it. And he's not even bothered pulling on the drones. Whatever.
Well, honestly, this Hellion has served its purpose in 2 ways now. Great Hellion usage, actually. It's not here to kill drones. It's here to scout and manage to see the Baneling Nest and the Spire. Absolutely essential information for Sexy, so he's going to know the way that his opponent wants to transition here. And as expected, Baneling Zerglings into Mutalisks, probably with Infestor support if Sexy decides to go with a mech-heavy build. They're getting the tack on the tanks now, but really what Sexy needs to do is just change things up. He's already seen the Spire, so adding Thors might be a decent choice. Or just going mass Marine. Going mass Marine and trying to use tanks to just mass Marine and tank, really. That's really the Korean style of ZVT. It's not uncommon at all to see nothing but tanks and Marines and SCVs produced by Koreans when they play a ZVT or a TVZ, rather. The Banelings finish just in time, and oh no, they don't have speed, so it's all going to be down to Sexy to try and micro this back. He did pop the stem, so he's running all the way back home. The Zerglings nibbling at their heels one by one. Going to pick off more than a handful of them, and another stem. Going to run them directly, and one guy left outside. Oh, no room at the end, little guy. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, and a great single Baneling bust right there against the bunker is going to erupt that. Now he's going to move those Banelings into the back. Oh, he's bunching them all up. Oh, why didn't you blow them up? You could have got so many of them right now.
Oh, he gets a good handful of them. Sexy manages to save some of them, though, but pretty much we're getting into GG territory here now, Red Mage. If we go to the income tab, we can see 50 drones to the 29 of Sexy. Sexy just miles behind in economy, miles behind in army strength, and now 1 base behind as well with this 3rd hatch complete down in the sunken little ditch expansion for Chance. Chance is looking so good, my friend.
Chance is looking so very good right now. Sexy is going to have to start burning a lot of mules right now, trying to catch up economically. He's just missing so many minerals right now. You know, Chance is sitting on about 600 something, 700 now. Throwing down yet another expansion now in that far right hand, plateau area. So he is definitely looking to take not only massive economically, but making sure that he can just replenish his army, and he can just send wave after wave after wave of killbots all over Zap Brannigan again, and just completely annihilate whatever human force is left, and do what Zerg does best: swarm armies.
Oh, yep. The Mutalisks arrive here for Chance. They're in such a small number, though, that even Sexy's relatively puny little army is going to be able to deal with this level of harassment. But outside, we see another large group of Zerglings just about ready to rush in. They're going to move in, go directly for the mineral line. Going to see what they can do, and if they can draw tank fire, nope, only going to be able to pick off 1, maybe 2 SCVs. The infestation pit, though, 4/5 of the way done, while 7 more Mutalisks, and now the more drones being added on, plus the flyer attack. So really, Chance just continues to get further and further ahead. Third of 65 harvesters to the 40 of his opponent. And if we go to the units killed mark, we can see that part of it is 11 workers killed by Chance to the 6 of TQUCC. Why are you so sexy here in our finals of the IG Omega Divisional number 11?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And not just that, look at the amount of creep that he's spreading. It's going bonkers out there on the field. And yes, Deadly, I'm very aware that that Brannigan did win that because he did sacrifice all of his men to the kill bots so they could reach the pre-designated kill limit and shut them down. So yes, Zap Brannigan did win that. But if he didn't have as many loyal men who were willing to stand around in their underwear and drink beer all day, I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have won that. But
all right, here we go. We see that Sexy has decided to elevate her up. 2 tanks and a lot of Marines to try and regain control of the center of the map. But that means his army is going to be way out of position as these Mutalisks start to go to work on the main base. These Marines having to be pulled all the way back. Splitting the forces of Sexy is Chance, and Chance has got a chance to maybe do something here. Actually, looks like Sexy's going to be in pretty good position. He's really kind of set up shop here in the middle pretty well. But Chance maintains control over the rest of the map. Just looks like this east Zelnaga Tower should be under Sexy's control for quite some time.
Oh yeah, setting up on that high ridge right there is a very smart thing. Keeps them, keeps the banelings off of you. And now we see that they're going to push into the natural right now, taking out that one tank. The Marines are trying to stem him, and we see the Zerglings just run in to the main, trying to do whatever they can, take out that entire line if they can get to it. Looks like he's going to try to focus fire down on that orbital command. Nope, now he's going to go to work on the line.
The SCV is going to run right under the Mutalisks. Oh, wow. So many SCVs dying here, Red Mage. Having to lift up all of his command centers. This is going to be GG for sure. Pretty much the only chance Sexy has is to maybe try to force a base trade. And look at him, just getting so flustered, stemming Marines that can't even begin to engage. Banelings run down, eat up a good chunk of this Marine army. And, yeah, the entire, look at this. It's a fleet of barracks and command centers running to the south. Looks like he's just going to attack with the whole fleet, including the pilots for the damn buildings. Going to all in the truest sense of the word, not even leaving his base behind him. So we see him move down to the gold now. There are some Zerglings and Banelings ready to go. The Banelings don't have speed, but they're still going to make it into the front. And there go the Marines, all of them falling in a green haze as the Banelings clean up what little was left of Sexy's army. The GG. So VP Chance leads 2-0 here in this best-of-5 finals at the IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
Wow, what great games we have here in the finals. This entire series has been phenomenal, AC. This is probably one of the best Omegas we've seen in a very, very long time. I cannot, again, I keep saying it, I can't wait for the next game because I can't. There's so much great stuff going on. We just can't deny what's just happening one right after the other. Oh, my goodness. So good. So make sure you go to itsgosu.com. Be a part of the community. Take part in all the forums, upload some pictures, show us some funny stuff that we have there. And it looks like we're going to be going to Shakura's Plateau, which is going to be a nice team up for these two guys here. But take full advantage of everything that we offer. It's not just stuff for StarCraft 2. We also offer stuff for League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth. We have a fan art section. So if you're an artist and you like to put up a lot of cool stuff, if you drew something really awesome for AC and I, or just in general, we're probably going to put it up and give you tons and tons of credit. Just make sure you put your name on it, so that way we can give you all the credit in the world for it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you have any sort of deviant art account or anything, if you sell pictures, please let us know, because I am a huge buyer of fan art. So
oh yeah, I'll tell you right now, if one of the artists who's put together some of the awesome stuff for Red Mage and I actually got that in print format, I'd buy it just to frame it and sit it next to my computer. That stuff is so awesome. And by the way, guys, just to point this out, Antarianism's doing a great job trying to promote it. He's trying to organize an It's Gosu Magic 2012 event, and that's up on itsgosu.com. So go check that out. It should be under community events. Go sign up if you happen to play the game. I know I will. If I have time, I may go ahead and buy it. And Red Mage and I both might, and just so we can play and have something new, some new way to interact with the community. So the countdown's going on. Sexy down 0-2 to VP Chance. Shakura's Plateau going to be the site of what could be the last game of the night, Red Mage, and it's been a trip so far.
It has been a tremendous trip. I tell you, one thing after another, massive storms, massive, EMPs, fantastic microing, brutal macroing all over the board. Fantastic ink spread by our Zerg opponents. Oh my goodness. This is like the best. This is like the best night for everything. We're seeing great things for everything. So if you are a new player and you really want to learn how to play a lot of these races, watch these guys right here. You can watch the Koreans. You can watch all the top level MLG players all the time and just be like, wow, they make that look so easy. These guys are right here. Grandmasters, Masters, Diamond players. These guys are phenomenal. This is exactly what we want to see with every sort of Omega. It's so much fun just to watch these guys because they don't seem, so like Superman-esque. These are like the Clark Kents of because you can reach out and touch them right here. They are playing as gods, but they are playing in the arena of its Gosu, and unbelievable. I cannot believe how awesome and how much fun we're having tonight, AC. I know the chat's been going crazy, talking about a huge variety of things, watching the game.
Yeah.
Talking about the Magic the Gathering, League of Legends, all that kind of great stuff. I'm a big fan of Caitlyn, by the way, although I've been trying to use Ashe, but I love Caitlyn because she's got that great Russian
accent
resistance fighter.
Oh, okay.
Thing going on here because I just dig that because I'm a
I'll tell you, you're much more into like art direction than I am. The art direction of League of Legends is pretty friggin' amazing, man.
It is pretty baller. It is phenomenal. All the little stuff that they've put in there and all the little things. I mean, that is not to take anything away from Heroes of Newerth whatsoever, because that is equally good. But Heroes of Newerth I find to be just a little bit too, although it's identical, and I'm going to hear this. I know it's identical in a lot of ways, but I just find League of Legends makes me feel better to play. I don't feel like I'm losing, even though I'm losing. I'm having a lot more fun with League of Legends than I am with Heroes of Newerth. And again, that's not to say anything wrong about S2 Games. They still put together one hell of a product, and I really, really like that. But
right.
League of Legends right now is totally sparked my favor. And you can actually read my initial impressions if you never played League of Legends or Heroes of Newerth. You can actually go back to my original articles that I wrote many moons ago about my first experience with Heroes of Newerth and League of Legends. You can get the absolute raw, never played a single real-time strategy or Dota or any of that noise. You can actually get a real person's perspective on it, and not a whole bunch of malarkey thrown in or like, well, this is great because it does this and all the items, blah, blah, blah. No. You get a true, real representation of what real people would think about those two particular games. So definitely check that out. And check out all the people's blogs. I know Voss himself, a great IG staffer, has been updating his life as a gamer. I think he's unleashing number 4.
Oh, this Overlord, by the way, just makes it away with 27 health added, centered in my screen. Just want to point that out there, Mage. And but yeah, this is kind of odd. Sexy, you can't blame him for that. This is actually going to delay his 2 racks pressure, though. The fact that he used those initial 2 Marines to chase that Overlord out and go for the Overlord sack, he rolled the dice, and now he really can't afford to pressure. I mean, looks like he's still going to try. Or maybe, it looks like maybe he's just going to move out to the tower. But, just such subtle things like that, like the fact that his 2 Marines were dedicated in the time they should have been walking across the map. They were instead dedicated to trying to take out that Overlord. Now, looks like he's going to pressure, but this is not going to be nearly as strong as it would have been. 1 SCV out there, maybe going to try and build a bunker, but I love the fact that he's expanding behind this 2 racks pressure, and immediately building right at the natural.
Oh yeah, just putting it right there, making sure he doesn't have to worry about trying to float that down when it's completed. That small force of Marines trying to get up to the top of the ramp, seeing that there's a spine crawler down, and that creep is starting to spread, which is, again, a huge asset to Zerg, because that gives them vision, free vision right there. He knows those Marines are kiting up and down, and he's got this small little force of Zerglings and that Queen just ready to take him out as soon as they get up there.
Oh yeah, now the Marine's going to get a little frisky and poke up. Now's when he needs to go back home. No reason to waste these guys. That's going to be his defense. And going right up to 3 racks. Now here's the danger when you do this. This is a great build. It's one I tend to use a lot as a Terran player on this map against a Zerg. Just immediately, put on what little pressure you can, force your opponent to spend money on spine crawlers and on maybe an extra Queen or Zerglings or what have you. Then get up 3 racks, just block the entire thing off, and just expand. Problem is, you're very susceptible to Baneling busts. You have to account for that immediately. You have to make sure you guard your backside for any kind of drops, and you got to guard your backside for Mutalisk harass in case the Zerg player wants to do a crazy 2-base Mutalisk push. But the Baneling bust really is the #1 fear right now, with all of your most important production facilities wide open at a very wide ramp.
Oh yeah, and you know how much I hate a wall in like this when you have to take time for producing units in order to lift up to get your army out. And again, just right there, like you said, Baneling bust. If there's if he has a very high Baneling count, he could potentially take out all 3 of those barracks, and you are completely done. And it doesn't look like he has a single barracks inside his main base. So if you take out all 3 of those, completely stops all production of Marines and Marauders. He'll just have tanks or Hellions and a starport. That's it. That's all he's going to have, And right now, the Baneling bust, the Baneling going down, Baneling nest going down right now for Chance. Very, very smart play.
Well, and Chance can actually afford to roll the dice here. It's not like, and to be honest, a 2-base Baneling bust is, if you do it the right way, because if you do it, you're not going to half-ass Baneling bust it and try and crack it with 4 Banelings. The way to do it is to just mass-produce Zerglings for about 2 or 3 injects and spend all your minerals and not even worry about trying to take a third and just basically all in it. And that's something Chance can afford to do. He's up 2-0 here in this best of 5. He has at least 1 throwaway game before things are even back up and it's back to a best of 1. So why not go for this? Because this is the kind of move that can really end the game immediately. Siege Tech's not yet done, not even in, wow, just now going into production. That's actually quite huge in terms of defending a Baneling bust. But it doesn't look like that's going to be what Chance is going to decide to do anyway. Instead, just going to throw down the Spire, have the Banelings in reserve, and wait on the metabolic boost to finish before he even tries to move out with Zerglings to gain map vision. So, yeah, looks like we're going to have another long-ish game. Actually going to have a mid-game.
Yep, definitely looks like there is going to be a mid-game, and, hopefully Sexy will be able to, modify his build a little bit. I think, right now he's elevatoring things down into that secret hallway. Very smart move here.
I'm not the biggest fan of this because you're very okay. Like right now, what happens if Zerg does have Banelings and hits the front? Tell me.
It's going to do some serious damage. Now, the other downside to this is Chance has already taken out the rocks to that end, so he's going to see this coming in. So, yeah, this is going to be very, very bad. He knows that this is coming. Oh my goodness.
Look at the Zergling count. Going to get this around. The tanks have no chance. One's being pulled back. This is shut down entirely. And right now, Chance's instincts just so. Oh, he gets the second tank before it can even be picked up as well. And right now, Chance has got to be thinking, I got to hit the front. He's got to have his whole army in the back. He may even try something. Nope, just going to go up to 10 Mutalisks, spend all of his gas on that. Mutalisks are great, but why would you go immediately to Mutalisks when your opponent has already shown he's doing tank, marine, and pretty much nothing else? I mean, and it's not to say that Mutalisk isn't good against that composition for harassment purposes, but again, it just, to me, there's better ways to spin that gas at this point in the game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. At the same time, I like the fact that he's trying to keep his opponent.
What in the hell is Sexy doing?
That was a misclick right there. That's all that was. That had to be a misclick.
That's GG, actually. The Mutalisk count's so high, the Marine count's so low. This is probably going to be the end of the game because of that.
Yeah, that was a terrible, terrible misclick, and oh my goodness,
yeah,
so horrible right there. But that
Chance is going to go for it. This is what he needs to do. Right now, the Marines are being yeah, there it is, GG. So one misclick or something, whatever happened there was Sexy, not taking anything away. Look at that, I love that though. He says grats before he leaves the game. So VP Chance going to be the champion of our IG Omega Divisional number 11, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Congratulations to VP Chance for being our champion here in the IG Omega Divisional number 11 here, sponsored by itsgosu.com and all of our fantastic sponsors, and, of course, the It's Gosu Esports division of the It's Gosu brand. And, thank you very much to everybody that participated tonight. Great games all around. Probably one of our best Omegas, and I cannot stress that enough. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us in the It's Gosu BattleNet chat, and especially here on JustinTV/TwitchTV.com. And again, congratulations to Mumbles for winning that pack of special edition Magic cards right there. Mr. Minimi will send those out to you post haste. And again, thank you. We hope to see everybody back in the stream on Friday for the invitational that we have for the grand finals of the Omega Divisional.
Oh yeah, Friday. We're going to be taking a break tomorrow night, guys, but Friday, the It's Gosu Grandmaster Cup, all of the top finishers and all of our IG Cups from this season going to be competing and duking it out for a gigantic $200 prize. So make sure you tune in for that. We look forward to seeing you. Until then, I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR. Red Mage, what do you say we get out here and play some games?
That sounds like a plan, my friend. Thank you all very much. And AC, I'll see you in a minute when we get in the games.
All right, guys, have a good night.